Ahoy, swabs! Captain Jeff the Pirate here, at your service. Due to some odd real-world planning and events and technical difficulties, I was unable to do too much posting this week, and this be a huge week going on in the worlds. So, this be a Captain Jeff special, with two special guest stars on the show. We'll be covering multiple topics, including TV shows, video games, and movies. So, to begin with, let's start with my show, Adventure Time, and I review and question Billy's bucket list. Pretty self-explanatory. The show begins with Finn meeting Billy's ex-girlfriend from 5 years ago, Canyon. They go to Billy's place and find a bucket list. There's like 3 things left on there. So one of them is tell Finn that one thing. I guess we'll never know what that is. The other is go on one last motorcycle ride with Canyon. So they do that, destroy the motorcycle, and cross it off the list. Then Finn finds the last thing. Lie on your back in the ocean and stare at the sky. Here be a wee spoiler alert for you. If you haven't seen if you haven't seen like the first season, you'll not know what this is about. Finn goes to the ocean, but he has a fear of the ocean. And when that fear comes up, the fear feastar emerges from his stomach. Once again mocking him. So once again, the only way Finn can encounter this fear is by knocking himself unconscious. So he does that and falls into the ocean. He wakes up floating on his back in the ocean, but the fear feaster is mocking him. So Finn summons the Blade of Grass, to which the fear feaster says that no mortal weapon can harm him. Well, we all know the Blade of Grass is no mortal weapon. It slices him and actually defeats him. And Finn is now free of his fear of the ocean. This makes me wonder, my first question is it just the ocean, or is all of Finn's fears gone? I mean, the fear feature was associated with the ocean, but it also was the thing that opened his vault of fears. So who knows? He probably has some other fears going on. Back to the show. So while lying up and looking at the sky, he sees a constellation form the shape of Billy. Billy thanks him. He actually starts talking to him and thanks Finn for helping him complete his bucket list. So Finn asks what was the thing he wanted to tell him. To which Billy says that your father be alive. Finn says, no, Joshua's dead and buried behind the... No, Finn. Your biological father, your human father, is alive in the Citadel. So that ends the 5th season. That is how the 5th season goes out, with a cliffhanger. Which means that my other question is, will that be like the main event for the first episode of season 6, or will it be sprinkled out through season 6? Yeah, this would be a pretty good attention grabber, and I liked it. This was a good episode, so I'd be giving it a thumb and a half up. Very good. Now then, we'll go from my TV show into another TV show review, and the review will be of Black Lagoon. It'll be about modern day piracy, so I'm already hooked on it. So, here is my first special guest star, who managed to escape from, he managed to come here to our studio and agreed to be part of this, so please put your hands together for my first guest, the one, the only, and he'll be reviewing 2 movies along with his TV show, LUCHA Man. It's all you, LUCHA Man.
Greetings, people of the internet. I am LUCHA Man. Sorry for the awkwardness, but due to I can't be wearing my mask right now, but the mask is part of my identity. I am a luchador after all. I just will not be appearing on camera without my mask on. So, for all intents and purposes, I am invisible with very cheap special effects. Okay, so the semi-invisible LUCHA Man is going to talk to you about two movies and a TV show. Starting with Black Lagoon. Black Lagoon is, like Captain Jeff said, about modern-day pirates. Some regular cubicle jockey from a big corporation is delivering so I got to see the first episode. It just recently debuted on Toonami, and the original air date of this series was from 2006, so it's 8 years old, so it's a little dated, but still has some meaning. As I said, a cubicle jockey gets an important job to deliver a disc to someplace in the South China Seas, and unfortunately his ship is hijacked by the pirates known as the Black Lagoon, and they take him hostage. Then the corporations try to send mercenaries to get him and more importantly, the disc back. But that goes sideways. So then, the corporation then calls. They manage to get in contact with the corporation to demand a ransom. And they say, "Oh yeah, the CD. Here's what we're doing: some nuclear weapon stuff, but we do not want the rest of the world figuring it out. So here's what: you keep quiet and you just need to disappear for a while. In honor of this, we're going to give you a posthumous promotion to vice president or whatever, and we'll make sure you have a lovely funeral and make sure that your family is well taken care of. So just keep it quiet about that, okay? Okay, that's good. Thank you very much." Yeah, this is interesting to see how this show is going to go. It's modern piracy, and the show was going to be on there, but it had to be edited. There's a lot more heavily swearing than normal, so they had to edit that a little bit. And of course, it's the standard normal swearing and violence and blood and gunshots and whatnot. So this will be interesting. It's like One Piece without the magic and more serious and darker. So I give it a 8 out of 10. I think this will be interesting to see how this show goes. Okay, real quick, over this week I managed to see 2 films that came out. The first one was Mr. Peabody and Sherman. First we had Rocky and Bullwinkle, then we had Dudley Do-Right of the Mounties. Now we have Mr. Peabody and Sherman, a classic remake of the old show. It's great. It's a movie set in the modern day Mr. Peabody and Sherman with modern day issues, but the time travel element is also in there. It's pretty great. An event in the modern day causes a time travel incident to go around, so it's pretty cool. There's an overarching story, and there is some historical accuracy and education, so it does sneak a little history education in there for you, so it's pretty good. I give Mr. Peabody and Sherman a solid 8 out of 10. Yeah, it's really good, and it'll be great to show your kids, and if you remember seeing the series yourself as a kid, well, Mr. Peabody almost sounds very close to what he did. Sherman, not so much. And then finally, I also got to see the Lego Movie. So, yeah, this is great. I really love the Lego Movie. It wasn't a documentary. It wasn't just a ridiculous little story. It was an overarching story with multiple events going on involving multiple Legos. Sure, some people could call it an overglorified, just a commercial or promo for Legos, but hey, it was funny, had a great story, and it covered many, and instead of just being one Lego set in one specific location, it covered multiple Legos. I just wish they could have covered a few more Lego lands. And I think it would have been really funny, and the writing is hilarious. So I give the Lego Movie a solid 9 out of 10. Yeah, this was really great. I think they could do a sequel. It was really great, and it could leave room for a sequel. Who knows? Yeah, so check it out. Well, that's all the time that not so invisible, cheap special effects LUCHA Man has to offer. So now we turn things over to video game reviews and news from. He just recently was transferred from Aperture Labs and agreed to do this favor for us. So please put your hands together for Test Subject 1337. Take it away, sir. Until next time, this has been LUCHA Man. Sorry for the cheap special effects. Thank you, not so invisible, cheesy special effects, LUCHA Man. Greetings, fellow test subjects. I am Test Subject 1337 for Aperture Gaming. They make it, we test it, you play it. Today's episode, for starters, I'm reviewing Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. This is a game that is kind of meant to be a filler before Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain comes out. This game, it feels more, it only offers one level of play. It takes place on a US base somewhere in Cuba, and the year is 1974. The Metal Gear Solid series is known for jumping around through time periods, so it gets a little confusing to follow the story. This game is a sequel after Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Now here's what you get. It's the one level. It's the U.S. base in Cuba soil, but it takes after you do the main game, you can play side missions, where it's the same base, but you going at a different starting location and at different times of day and with different objectives. Either assassinate these people, rescue this person, chopper flyby. It varies from game to game. Now, Hideo Kojima, the man behind the Metal Gear Solid series, he pulls a Stan Lee, or Alfred Hitchcock, whatever reference you prefer, and actually inserts himself into one of the side missions. Very clever. I see what you did there, sir. It's really great. I like the new technology where you can mark your targets via your binoculars. You can
Now, here's what at the end of each level, it grades your performance. It either rewards you or penalizes you. You took based on the time it took for you to play the level, how many people you actually killed. It's either good or bad depending on what the stipulation is. And then there's like bonus stuff like rescuing hostages, finding tapes, picking up special little tag things. Yeah, so you get an A, B, C, D grading system. It's interesting. So yeah, this will keep us tied over until the Phantom Pain comes out. So it's kind of like it's like a demo, but like I said, it offers a variety of different ways to play, not just playing the same level with the same objectives over and over and over again. So we give Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes a solid 7 out of 10. A late-breaking word is that Ubisoft released some screenshots and then later released alpha footage for the Xbox One or the PS4 Assassin's Creed Unity, as they are now trying to release the game on a once a year basis. Now, here's what was interesting. In 2011, when they were talking about Assassin's Creed 3, someone posted artwork depicting someone wearing a frock coat jacket with the assassin symbol near the tails, and it said that it would be taking place during the French Revolution. Naturally, this was a lie. And now, just recently, the dev team said that they've been working on this game for 3 years, so roughly 2011. Well, that lie is now confirmed, just wrong title and a couple years later. As Assassin's Creed Unity, it will be taking place during the French Revolution. Footage has shown the inside the Palace of Versailles and it showed Notre Dame. The French Revolution lasted 10 years, and it took place it took place in the late 1700s, after the events of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. So instead of going back again, the series is now progressing forward again. Yeah, so it's unclear if Marie Antoinette, if she's a Templar or just corrupted, and if Robespierre, Monsieur Robespierre, the gentleman, one of the key figures of the French Revolution, if he's assassin, Templar, or just corrupted, and how the Templars fit into the French Revolution is also confusing. This was funny as how Lucha Man said the first time travel location in Mr. Peabody and Sherman was to Marie Antoinette during the French Revolution, so funny timing on how that worked out. Anyway, and I contacted one of my sources at GameStop, and they are now taking pre-orders for the game, so if you're a fan of the series, this is your shot. Pre-order it now. Thank you for watching this Cavalcade collage collection of Lucha Man and Captain Jeff and me, Test Subject 1337. Please continue to like, favorite, subscribe, watch, and continue to support us. Thank you for watching, and we'll get more news. We'll pass it on to you guys. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.